This is Lindsay Says, because somebody has to say it. I never thought I would say that. Welcome back, besties. All I know is Carl's a mess this week. Carl is a mess. Who cares how anybody else feels? Carl is a mess. Could you imagine if I didn't just go right into Scamanda? What if I just didn't talk about Scamanda this entire episode? That would be insane. It's taken up my life. That's all I think about. We went to the zoo this morning for, the Easter bunny was at the zoo. And then obviously we just walked around and looked at all the animals. And the whole time there's so many people there because it was the bunny thing. And I just was thinking, do these people even know? Do these people even know? And I said that to Torre, and I was like, do these people know about Scamanda? And he was like, I bet that girl in the jean jacket knows. I mean, I need people to wear lover boy hats or something. I need to know who I can talk to, who I can give side eye to, because it's taken up my life. And this is what content creators dream about, something big like this happening. But I was not a creator yet during Scandival. I was 2 years after that, because Scandival was, I guess 1 year after. Scandival was 3 years ago, and I started, it'll be 2 years on April 6th or something like that. But I always wished that I was doing this during Scandival, and now I just know how much extra work it is. If I didn't have kids, a breeze. I might have even still been stressed because there's so much information that you have to keep track of, but it's a lot with children. Because I've been seeing posts about people they're like, I'm a mom and I can't even focus, and it's same. I am barely staying afloat right now, but it's also just so interesting, and my thoughts have just completely changed about Amanda. It's very unfortunate. I have a lot of Easter stuff to get ready. We have Easter on Sunday. Today is Friday. Just an Easter packed weekend. We're probably going to do, there's this helicopter Easter egg drop that happens every year where literally this helicopter flies over. I don't know if it's anywhere else or if it's just in Michigan, but the helicopter flies over all of these kids and just drops 1,000 Easter eggs. And every single time they just crack. It's those plastic ones. They're all just broken, and all these kids are just running in this pile. I don't know if we're going to do the drop, the egg drop thing this year, but the Easter bunny's there, and there's some activities and stuff. But last night we were watching Love on the Spectrum. It's one of our favorite shows. Torre used to be a substitute teacher when he was much younger with the special needs class. And then before I started doing this, after COVID, I got furloughed as a admin, and I was pretty happy to be furloughed. I hated it there. And I still have nightmares about my boss. I literally had a nightmare about him last night, scared. Anyways, but when in between stuff, in between having babies and getting furloughed, I was a parapro for a couple of schools. So we just really love everybody. We just have a soft spot for people on the spectrum, Down syndrome. We have a friend that is a special ed teacher, very, very sweet. But the reason I'm getting to that is because I've been rethinking a lot about West. And this isn't even me getting into Scamanda yet. This is just my thoughts. He posted around the time that I couldn't stand him. He posted one of the Love on the Spectrum people, one of the favorite girls. She sings this song to her. I believe they're engaged. She sings this song, and she posted it to Spotify. And he posted, I believe it was a video of him at the gym or something. And the song he was playing was her song. And I was like, oh, maybe he's a really nice guy. And I think that he uses things like that to make it seem like he's a nice guy. And then it made me even consider, we don't dig into politics here, but it made me even consider his political views because he's been so open about them this season. And I just think that he is trying to read the majority of the audience when it comes to Bravo, and I think that he is, I have chills. I think he is incredibly calculated. Incredibly calculated. You know what? This is Say Less, Spill More. We're just going to talk about Scamanda. Say less, spill more. Because who cares about what's going on in my life? Carl's a mess, okay? Part of why there's a bunch of rumors going around. So it's like, what is fact? What is rumor? I'm getting so many DMs, and it's like, you don't really know if something is proof or not. Like, I'm hearing DMs from people who know producers saying don't repeat. I have no idea if they really know a producer or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing stuff from people who might have gotten word from people in the cast. I can't post about things that I don't know are proof. So the TMZ the other day posted that Sierra had video proof, okay, of West and Amanda. And this is something that I heard in my DMs. I heard that people in the cast knew that Sierra was holding on to evidence. And I didn't know that it was a video. I thought that it was just like picture evidence of them like kissing or something. But word on the street is that this video is like X-rated. And so I'm just going to say word on the street a million times. But apparently it was like a blogger or something that got this video proof and obviously wouldn't send it to Sierra. And so they had to meet up in person and Sierra had to see it. Okay. There's also word on the street that she figured it out because she looked at Amanda's location, as friends share location. I'm sure Sheena still has her location to this day. Has anybody checked on Sheena? And apparently Sierra saw that Amanda was at his apartment early in the day, and she texted Amanda, like, what are you doing over there? And she said, we're just friends. Okay, that's a weird response. That's a weird response. So they're saying, I do not know if this is fact, that there's some involvement with Hannah and Paige and some private investigator or something like that, that got this video or information or something. They're also saying that Paige and Hannah are never going to speak to Amanda again. I'm sure Hannah is thrilled because Paige has been stuck in the middle for quite some time, but she's been a good friend to both of them. But how could you trust anyone that would do this? There are so many videos coming, like popping up about times that Amanda and Wes have hung out, and we've never even thought anything of it because she just has seemed like she was besties with the guys. And this group is so touchy. So it just is like, well, more people are snuggling, more people are touching each other. Like, I don't even think that I would be that shocked if we like heard that they pecked and that there was picture proof of them pecking. I would be like, they just love each other. Like, this is a really close group. But if you haven't heard, Dave Portnoy, when the news broke, when Amanda and West posted their joint statement, which was cringe as hell, there should have been an apology in there for the crew, for the cast, for freaking Sierra, for Kyle. Disgusting. But Dave Portnoy tweeted, this is old news I've known since the Super Bowl. So Chicken Fry, I don't really know who she is. I know that she works for Barstool and that she dated that country singer that's a douchebag, Zach Bryan or something like that. And she's pissed because he has no idea what he's saying, that she knew, that people have known about this since at least the Super Bowl. And it makes me wonder because Jesse is in all of these posts with them. Like, they have a group of friends, they're all hanging out together. And I've said on here, I've said in posts, I think that Jesse Solomon has been acting really weird. He hasn't seemed himself. And I feel like it's because a mixture of things. Maybe his bestie isn't who he thought he was. Maybe he is heartbroken about Sierra and he really could have had a relationship with her. Not that I like ship that, because I don't want Sierra with anybody problematic. And Jesse has just shown us that he is, but he would have been a better catch for Sierra than freaking West. But Amanda in a video with West, Chicken Fry, I don't even know her name, And that Aiden guy that everyone thought she was dating because she did that, like, it looked like a soft launch in her post. Okay. And she was like, Amanda was laughing out loud with her group of friends saying, oh, it's a soft launch. Nobody knows about it yet. The vibe that she was putting off, really gross. It's just gross because, number one, she's making fun of us, which gives me chills because I used to love her. And just gross. And the fact that she's just like flirting about it in everyone's faces, in Kyle's face, in Sierra's face. And that news is coming out. There's so much. I'm probably not even going to get to all of it. There's news that Wes was in at least a 1-year relationship with a girl called Miha. That's how she pronounced it on TikTok. She was like, my name is pronounced Miha. But they were like in a year-long relationship, and people are thinking that she's just coming out and saying this because she wants attention from all of this. No, I would come out and say it too. I'd be like, listen, you guys, this is worse than you think. And I'm hearing that right before the Super Bowl, Amanda and Kyle were caught making out in public. Who makes out in public this much? I don't think I've made out in public since I was at the bars at Michigan State University. Okay. like we're talking tongue in public at 34. I don't know. I mean, do your thing, everybody, but maybe some privacy. But it seems like there's been some overlap with Kyle. It seems that there was overlap with Amanda and Sierra with Wes, because it looks like they've been together since April of 2025. People are posting clips from this season where Amanda's face looks like really uncomfortable. And in the spin the bottle scene, Amanda kisses Kyle, and it is so sad to look back and see that Kyle was like, oh my gosh, and like had to cover his willy with a pillow because he was so aroused, and he said that he was aroused. But then right after the kiss, that's when West scoots by Sierra and starts touching Sierra. Like, is he trying to make Amanda jealous? And then there's clips of the next day when they're all sitting with Sierra, and Mia says, Sierra, I think that West is in love with you. And Sierra's like, said with a straight face. Go back and look at Amanda's face. She looks pissed. But then she's fully married still. And she's... Can I be petty for a second? I'm going to be really petty. When it came to my favorite in Bravo, it is the bed bug. It is the bed bugs. It is whoever is on screen at the moment. However, I think that Amanda was probably my favorite. She was probably my favorite, and I've entirely changed my mind to the point that, I mean, I defended her through everything. I would have had her back forever, okay? I'm starting to question her as a person, and if she ever even really kind of cared about Kyle. She's on this show because of him. I never thought that I would say these words. She's on this show because of him. They did not have a healthy relationship. He cheated on her. And speaking of that, that has been her problem in the marriage from the start. In their relationship, her problem with the marriage is that he cheated. What do they say about people? Which, of course, you have every right to be like insecure that your partner cheated on you, but whatever. But the person that is insecure, endlessly insecure about somebody cheating, is oftentimes somebody that is doing the cheating. And I think that that made her insecurity worse. I think she had a right to be insecure, but her talking all season about Kyle cheating, and Kyle's at this apartment, Kyle's at this college campus, telling the group that she is concerned about Kyle, but with a straight face. Looks like she doesn't really give a shit at all. I mean, I don't think she cares. I think she was trying to ruin his reputation. I think she was trying to ruin his freaking reputation. So if this came out in the future that they were together, like, I think they were planning on like seeing it out and like making an announcement in the future, and that we wouldn't feel so bad because he treated her like crap, which, I mean, he did. But I think I've said it on here before. I rewatched every episode that Frank Batula was a part of. And I'm so hard, Amanda. I would have defended her until the end. And there was a point in the episode where I think it's the beginning of the season after they get engaged. So they get engaged. That's the finale, I believe. And then the premiere of that season is when they move in together. And that's when the vibe is different. And it really does seem, I would have never said this. It really does seem like Amanda kind of gave up and that she just was going to plop. And I feel a vibe that like she's on the show now. She's married into the show. Kyle loves her. And this company blowing up Loverboy, she has like this fun job creating things. And I think that she just thought that she was going to glide through and just hang out. And I kind of don't blame him for being a little bit annoyed. And then when you do look at it, Loverboy has been failing. And it could be because she's been talking so much shit about him. I mean, also, I think the alcohol industry in general is struggling at the moment also. But she wasn't helping sales. I just think it's so diabolical, scary, honestly scary to say that your husband's possibly cheating on you. And like, I was like, why doesn't she care? Why is she being so nice to him? Like the Marie Claire magazine, she was like, everybody needs to be nice to Kyle. And I'm like, how are you saying this when he was just on TV calling you a dumb bee? And you're like telling us to back off of Kyle. But then in reverse, we saw that, I'm sure you saw, there's a 3-part series on TikTok. I made a post about it and I tagged the creator. If you want to go watch all 3 parts, it's interesting. It's interesting. That's where Kyle says Carl's a mess. He is just really worried about her mental health. And I am a big supporter of, mental health, anxiety, medication, all those things. Hits close to home for me. And I don't really appreciate, and I want Amanda to be okay. I do not want anything to happen to her. But there are things that happen, okay, when you choose to do something evil. And that is exactly what's happening. I don't believe, at least me, that I'm not cyberbullying her. I think bullying is like being disgusting, like saying horrible, horrible things and like telling them to do something to themselves. I don't know. I don't think that the majority of us are cyberbullying. I think that, and if you are, stop. No threats, like stop. I think that we are just talking about it as we did about Scandival, as we did about Raquel, as we did about Tom. Kyle and Sierra deserve the same exact treatment, especially Sierra, because she has a heart of gold. She is a good person. She's never done anything to anyone in this group. And people will bring up Lexi, that she wasn't that nice to Lexi. Again, this group is very touchy. I don't know that was really Sierra. I don't think that's on Sierra. I think that's on Jesse. Also, speaking of Jesse, did you guys see he posted something and Sheena commented on it and said, okay, Sheena. It's so funny. That made me like her a little bit more, that she could make fun of herself. But I think Jesse is a mixture of Sheena and Schwartz in this. But Kyle talked a little bit about the future of Summer House, that he would be willing to film again. I would not be shocked if they just like redo who the cast is going to be for each show. People are asking if In the City is still going to be on, and they showed a little preview during the Valley. They showed an In the City preview. I don't think that they're going to film an entire season and just like not film it, especially when all this hype is going on. I think everybody's going to be watching. It's going to be weird to watch, but I will absolutely be watching. Plus, Andrea is on. I'll be watching. I think they're going to have to re-look at who the cast is going to be for each show, because Summer House was going to be Sierra, West, Jesse, and the rest of the new people. And then Amanda, Lindsay, and Kyle were going to be on. And he even said in that 3-part series on TikTok that it was going to be because he and Amanda might have children. And in this video, I had the weirdest feeling in my gut that he is so protective of her and worried about her mental health, which I totally think that she could be manipulating him, which is very sad. But I think that they are both a mess. They've both cheated on each other. They are family to each other. They stick by each other. I would not be shocked at all if they don't ever get divorced and they end up back together and they get a house in New Jersey and they have a baby. How insane would that be? But Sierra did not get an apology before the announcement, and that's why she was seen sitting outside of, I think it was Hermes or something like that. Something very iconic and classy. But she did not get like word from Amanda, like any admitting from Amanda or West before it was announced, which is sickening, and no apology even in the post. And Kyle has not, I believe, responded to West. He said that he received like a word salad from him, and that he's working up to have a response. And let me just say, everybody better go to the reunion. You better freaking go. You might, like, if you think about Scandival ruined Vanderpump. Scamanda, which people keep asking me why I'm calling it Scamanda. It's because I loved Amanda. I am mostly disappointed in Amanda. West doesn't really matter in this. West should have never been brought on the show. Amanda was like everything. West was garbage for a while. He is the Raquel. Did we call it Racandival? No, he's the Raquel. Amanda is the Scandival. She's been around since day one. Sandoval was around since day one. Yeah, he's an absolute dirtbag, and I think that he has been manipulating and using several women over the past 2 years, including Amanda. And Amanda fell for it. Amanda said in one scene this episode that she was looking for somebody to love her, specifically Kyle, when they were talking about going to therapy. And I bet that he just was saying the right thing at the right time. But she is so like, she's male-centered, she's insecure, that she can't even see that she has the best friend possible in front of her face. What I would do to be best friends with Sierra and Paige, and you're just going to throw it away, you're going to throw your swim line away. There is also all of the people in Summer House have been unfollowing, posting on their stories. Lindsay was seen walking around with Kristen Doty, Detective Doty, because she was in the clubhouse for the Valley premiere. Vanderpump Rules, people are responding. Katie's like, this is what it feels like to be on the outside. Kyle said that he has not heard from Andy yet. And that he started to feel a gut feeling when he was watching West's confessionals and all of the rumors were starting to swirl. I mean, how stupid are they? They were telling people, and you think it's not going to ever get out? Like, how dumb are you? It makes me question you even more. Like, are you that evil? Or what's wrong with you to have zero reflection, zero empathy to know that this is going to get out? But I really hope that, during Scandival, they picked up the cameras. And that's something that's bothering me, that we don't really know a timeline, and we don't know if cameras were picked up, because we knew that they picked up cameras immediately for Scandival. And I need to know that they're doing that for Scamanda. I need to know, because why wouldn't we get that clip? Remember the clip, the infamous clip of Tom Sandoval and Raquel with the sparkle lights on the ceiling? We deserve that moment. We deserve the reunion. We deserve to watch every single second of explanation from Amanda and West. And Sierra deserves the Ariana treatment. If she doesn't get it, I'm going to flip out. Do you remember when Ariana got all of those Bic campaigns? And I know it was because Sandoval was complaining about her not refilling the pens and the batteries. But Sierra deserves something big. I don't know that she would want Chicago or that she would want Dancing with the Stars or to be a host of any kind, but she deserves that in her own area. Speaking of that, Rihanna is very team Sierra. Rihanna's my girl. By the way, if you didn't know, Rihanna unfollowed Amanda. And if Rihanna unfollowed me, you would need to sedate me. You would need to put me somewhere. I would lose my mind. I mean, that's when you know that you're wrong. And apparently Rihanna has been in touch with Sierra and is trying to set her up with somebody. And the word on the street is that it's Michael B. Jordan. And they would be the most beautiful couple ever. Apparently whoever this guy is just won an award. And I was thinking him or I don't know if Jacob Elordi just won an award, but she should go for Jacob if he's nice. They need to be nice, or we're going to drag them too. Also, Ben and his girlfriend Sabrina are team Sierra. Sabrina posted some huge girl thing. Reza from the Valley Persian style, the younger one, not the older one, was shooting his shot with Sierra. Jesse still claims that he didn't know, that they lied to him, but Kyle said the same, that they lied to him when he asked. So I don't know what to believe with Jesse. I mean, it wouldn't be smart for him with his tour coming up to be like, yeah, I knew. But if Brianna, chicken fry, whatever, if she knew, if Dave Portnoy knew, how would Jesse not know? He definitely knew since February. I think that he doesn't want to ruin his friendship with Sierra, because think about how sad he was when she was upset just about him asking if they could make out. Like, this is such a betrayal. She would never speak to him again. Amanda is losing brand deals. She had so many. They posted one the day that it was announced, like an hour before the joint statement, which, by the way, how insane to post 2 joint statements with men within 3 months. To leave one dude that has issues and is like a Peter Pan, to go for another one that is a Peter Pan manipulating women loser, sick. And I'm starting to feel bad for how hard I was on Kyle. Even though he wasn't a great husband, I feel bad for going on him so hard when Amanda was doing the same shit. Seriously, what was she doing when he was gone every weekend DJing? And he really was just trying to make money, even though it's an annoying thing and she didn't want him to do this. She didn't want him to go out all the time. He needs to make money on some level, and I wish he picked a different avenue. But what was she doing when he was gone? Did you really care if he was gone? But I got sidetracked. They posted a campaign right before the joint statement. And within like minutes, this campaign took it down. It was the one of her wearing like whitey tighties and like a thong with a joint. All right, on to other stuff. Oh, wait. And Dolores was on Watch What Happens Live last night. And you know that she is friends with Sierra because of Traitors. She loves Sierra. And Dolores is like the most loyal friend that you could have. Thankfully, Sierra deserves that. And she was saying that, you know, this doesn't define her, and that she's going to be okay, and that she's really deeply upset by all of this. Okay, on to other things for now until we get to the recap of the episode. On Watch What Happens Live, Kristen was on for the Valley, and Stephen McGee from Summer House was in the audience, which I find so weird with all this Summer House stuff going on, that he was in the audience. Like, is he trying to get back on the show? I thought that was really weird timing. And Kristen was there, and she was asked the opinion on Scamandaval, and she said that she feels for Sierra and that she's really not allowed to say anything because of her moment with Jax. But don't throw this like your whole life away for a fling. But I think it's a little bit too late to give that advice. And Andy said that TMZ was at his son's school drop-off. Insane. It's becoming huge. Is it going to get to CNN? And Kristen said that she is not in touch with Jax, but that she saw him at Brittany's house recently in passing. And that she said that all of Vanderpump Rules, she is still annoyed about Miami Girl because she knows that it was real. And she said that Ariana Madix admitted to her later on that Tom admitted it to her that Miami Girl was real, which we already knew. In Salt Lake City news, Jen Shaw, the day of all of this Scamanda stuff, decides to come out of the darkness into a People magazine interview. And it was a quick video, like 36 minutes or something, but I posted a recap on it. And people think I'm dumb, but I genuinely think she was humbled by this experience. Do I think that she was owning all of her involvement? No. Do I think that she knew exactly what she was doing entirely? I'm not sure. I think that she's a different person. I think she was really putting the work in when she was in the facility. She was a certified trainer. She did a bunch of jobs. She was helping the commissary to bring in healthier foods, proteins, things like that. She was helping women. She became friends with women. She realized how lucky she is in the world compared to the women that are in prison and like didn't even really have a chance. She was saying that Bravo was not allowed for a short period of time in prison because everyone was freaking out. She said it was like a BravoCon meet and greet, and then they put Bravo back on and she was getting swarmed and harassed, and they had to put her in like a different area because it was so bad. But after seeing that interview, I would not mind her coming back on as a friend of. I don't think that she deserves full time because we don't really know. Like, this was such a short video. We do not really know, but there was a different look in her eyes. She looked different. She sounded different. She seems like better. And she even like was accountable with her drinking and said that she used to mask things. So I got an email, RHORI News, that Bethany was walking around Paris. It was pictures. I felt like people were sending stuff to TMZ, like I was TMZ. And they're like, here, they were spotted. And so Bethany, Sonia, and Ramona were spotted in Paris, and it looked like they were filming. It looks like Bethany is at least going to be friend of for the spinoff on E for RHORI Legacy. And people hate this group of girls for, it's funny because people hate the reboot and want the OGs back, but now the OGs are back. People are like, oh, we hate them. I mean, I want to watch. I don't watch people because I agree with everything that they think. I watch for the entertainment and for the drama. Hence me wanting Jen Shaw back. In Beverly Hills news, PK has a new girlfriend, and she's a model. Her name is Tatiana Karchlialava. She's very pretty, but she looks a lot like Dorit. She is London-based, and he met her through Boy George. In England's capital during an art collab, and sparks followed, according to DMZ. Apparently, they're making frequent trips to each other because she's in England and he's in LA, but she likes coming out here. RHORI News, Sai and her husband are divorcing. Apparently, her husband filed a couple of days ago, and there's really not much information. I've been asked to do a deep dive. I will make time, but you know, it's been insane. I'm trying to keep up with every single bit of information and try to figure out what's real with Scamanda. But it sounds like they want different things. She was one of the only people to come back from the reboot. They're filming right now, which makes it even more interesting. But it sounds like he wants a private life and that she does not. But they do have a daughter together, I believe, at least one child. But it seems like the cameras were up and rolling. So that will be interesting to watch. Time for the Bravoholic Breakdown. My hot takes on the episodes this week. Let's get into Summer House. Fun fact, so they were showing those huge boobs, okay, that Sierra was wearing, and they were all like wearing them, and Wes like woke up with them. And Jackson came downstairs, he was sleeping, my son, and he came down, he's like, that guy is eating breakfast with boobies? And I thought that he could see like Sierra's boobs, and I look up, okay, and Wes is just sitting there with his shirt off eating breakfast. I just had to share that with you guys. He did not have the boobies on him. He just was sitting there, and that's who Amanda is rooting her life for. That part in the show when the women are talking to Amanda about the finances and wanting to make sure that she's like aware, and they're like, we figured something out, and you could see the look in her eyes, and it seemed like they like figured her out, like she was worried that they caught her. There is no doubt in my mind that they've been dating each other since filming. No doubt in my mind. But Lindsay wants to be a sugar baby now, and she was talking to some guy, and her first question was, do you have a yacht? And her apartment, that housewarming party, she has entered like housewives level. She is like loaded. The champagne tray, the piano player, Carl coming in there. Oh my gosh. Carl, I used to question if I liked him or not. I was like very 50-50. I think he didn't know who he was. And now I just think he is such a good person. It makes me even love his Crocs, those Shrek Crocs. He's just like this nice boy with this soft bar. He's sober. He's found himself. And I want him to find the nicest girl in the world. I do. I really love him. But I think that Lindsay, my husband was like, how does she have so much money? And I think it's from like brand deals. Like she's in that T-Mobile commercial. She has an Airbnb in Nashville. She's on this show, obviously. I mean, I think she's loaded, you know? But Carl was saying that he recognized things in the apartment. Oh my gosh. I think he still loves her on some level. I think he made the right decision. I don't think they're a match, but I want them to be friends again. But Jesse brought a new girl to the house. Her name was like Maggie or something, and she was cute and she seemed pretty normal, but it doesn't seem like he's still with her from socials. But they were like kissing and stuff. But Wes was sticking up for Amanda, which was so cringe. And he was like dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire. And he was like, you need to say sorry. And he was like giving advice. And it's like so messed up that he's giving advice to the woman who he's like hooking up with, her husband. It's so messed up. Kyle was pissed. He's like, if they really care, they would say something to Amanda too. And he's not wrong. And it makes me think, because we know now from his interview in that 3-part series on TikTok that he's questioning West's confessionals because they were filming them after the fact, and he's filming his after the fact. So maybe he's pissed at West now because of him looking back at everything differently. You know, it's all twisted. And at one point, Amanda said that she comes back for them and not for Kyle. And Kyle even talks about how she's flirting with them and she gives it a pass because it's West. The timeline is crazy, all of it. But it also makes me wonder if Amanda partially was divorcing him because of the money, that she doesn't want to be involved in all of that. But she was very touchy with him when she was watching his old man face off. Like, it seems like there was still love there. I don't know what to think. But Mia was talking about how proud she is of Sierra for buying that house. And that was seriously one of the sweetest moments. I mean, Sierra is one of the sweetest people in Bravo. Just so adorable that she wants to buy her grandparents' home and that she was so emotional about it and so proud of herself. And she should be proud of herself. I love her. The Valley, right when it was airing, it was showing flashbacks to the reunion. And it startled me seeing Jax's face. But we immediately get into Brittany and she has like this new boyfriend. And it's so weird. I hear they were even dropping the love bomb to each other. I think it's so messed up to jump into something that quickly, but apparently they knew each other back home in Kentucky. Just odd. I also just feel like it's odd because they broke up very soon after they were in a short fling. It was very quickly after it was like in the tabloids and stuff. And I think it's just really weird for him to be in filming, you know? It was also weird for Aaron last year. And that it's so funny that Michelle is so upset that Lacy is now filming when she was throwing Aaron in all of our faces right away. And Michelle was saying this is her first time being dumped, and that Aaron said that he was dumping her because of fitness. I think it's because of the way that she reacts to seeing Lacy and how she treats people, that maybe she's not over Jesse. And I'm so glad they showed the unseen footage from last season. We got to see how Lacy showed up and that she was too early and that they wanted to film her and Jesse was sticking up for her. And I don't blame Jesse for sticking up for her. However, I also don't blame production for wanting to get it because it's good TV and I appreciate that. I don't really get why Michelle would be so heated about her showing up. Very weird. Maybe it's just because it was her party, but I think that's why Aaron broke up with her, because of her behavior. But I'm worried about Kristen. She was saying that she barely leaves the house with a baby. And when she does, she's like freaking out like she's out of the country. And I get it. It's hard having a baby and knowing that you have everything that you need for them. But I worry. I want her to be able to like live her life and not just be stuck. And Luke pushes her to get out with friends so that he can get out with friends too. And that they're like not intimate at all. And then all like layered in that, it's very possible that he could be Lala's baby daddy because of him donating sperm to the same sperm donor that Lala got her sperm from. Insane. And that all of her friends chose the sperm donor and that literally like they have the same attributes and same hobbies and same career. Nuts. Schwartzy has a crush on Michelle and I don't think that they would be bad for each other. I think they kind of are a match in a way. But Kristen, apparently they went to Brittany's pool party and Brittany said that Janet wasn't going to be there. And I think Janet thought that Kristen wasn't going to be there. And Kristen got up holding her baby and yelled at Janet. And I'm obviously team Kristen, but she was yelling at Janet with her son there. And I don't love that. And I worry for Kristen's mental space. But based on Watch What Happens Live, people were wondering if Kristen and Luke are still together. But on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked her a question, like if they still want to move, I think, to Colorado or something. And she said that now that he wants to move to like Nashville. So it sounds like they're still together based on people's concerns. But Michelle is so jealous of Lacy. It's wild to watch. She's like describing Lacy and why we should hate her. And none of it makes sense. And she's like describing herself like, oh, she's nice to your face. She wants everybody to like you, but she's a bitch behind closed doors. And it's like, that's literally you. let's wait and see, I guess. But it seems like Jesse just wants their family to be together because Lacy's daughter is really close with Isabella and they're together all the time. And Lacy seems to just want like a smooth friendship, relationship, whatever they can get. And Jesse wants the same and to be able to have like Thanksgivings and stuff together. And I don't think that's that crazy. On to Southern Hospitality. Emmy and Bradley stuff is really messy. She tried to talk to him and he was like, can we not talk about this at work? I think it's because he's really upset and he probably wants to like lash out a little bit. And I don't blame him. I think she deserves it. And I think it's like the wrong place to sit somebody down and talk about her using microaggressions. And it seems like she's so in denial on the fact that she is using them. She just doesn't know what she's even saying. And it seems like Michaels and TJ should just date. They're each other's type. They're very flirty. There is an age gap. Like I'm the same age as TJ. And if I was single, I would never date a 22-year-old. But I think it's different because they're gay men. And I feel like they could be a match. They work together. They live in the same area. They're attracted to each other. Why not? I think the editors are shipping them. And it was so funny watching them do that TikTok trend where the person runs away. I really want to do that with Torre to see if he can catch me. But Maddie is fast as hell. Like Joe could not catch her. And every single time I see that trend, they always catch the girl. So good for her. But they were talking about Countess Luann. Like they love talking about Countess Luann. But Joe was like, yeah, I was like in her house, like talking about how beautiful this painting was. And she's like, yeah, my daughter did that. And she's 28, like the same exact age as Joe. Maddie is saying that she's basically giving up on Grace and that not even that would be rock bottom for her. And that it's hard for her, but that she would have to because otherwise it's enabling her bad behavior. And it's not easy. Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I made a post about my thoughts on the first episode if you want more information on TikTok or Instagram, but I really want to see Alicia's aunts. I think she seems like such a sweet person, and those aunts could give me like Candy Burris auntie vibes. The fact that they're so worried about her living 15 minutes away is hilarious. And they've apparently been engaged like forever, and she looks identical to Liz, which is weird. But they've been engaged forever. And then Liz is married to a family member, like based on ancestry.com. Like they found out that they were engaged, they found out that they are related after being married for like 6 months. But she's the queen of weed. And she knows Kelsey's boyfriend, who we may not ever get to meet. And Kelsey's boyfriend is insanely rich, but is openly dating somebody else in Miami. But then she's like openly dating somebody else that we haven't like found out about yet, just like in the trailers. And I don't blame the women for wanting to know more about this relationship. But then Joellen is married to her sister's ex-boyfriend. And there's rumor that they're swingers. And on Watch What Happens Live, she said that the neighbors put an upside down pineapple in her yard. And I believe that they probably are swingers. But she is so dramatic and scary. And she said on Watch What Happens Live that she doesn't want to be the villain, but she totally is going to be the villain. She's the villain. And her and Rosie have huge arguments with each other. Like Joellen is trying to make people hate her or something. But according to Watch What Happens Live, they are now friends. And it's interesting that they didn't show Rula at all in the first episode. I'm interested to see more because I think that the majority of the drama in this season comes from her and her husband. And Ashley, I loved her during the Bachelor days, Bachelor in Paradise. I can't wait to see more about her relationship with Jared. They have a coffee place together, a little coffee shop. And he said that he works 100 hours a week, or that he used to, but now he wants to spend time with the family. And she was saying that it doesn't bring in as much money as she hoped. And I think this is probably going to start some romantic or relationship issues. Ladies of London, there were boobs out. They were wearing hats. This group is hilarious. But I was starting to get annoyed with Mark this episode because he would say something about Margot and then she would ask and he would deny it. And then he would say something in the confessionals where he was describing her, but literally that's how I would describe him. He thinks that she's looking for attention, and I think he's looking for attention. However, I find it very hard to pick a side in this group because I'm obsessed with literally all of them. Like sometimes I'm on Margot's side. Sometimes I'm on Kimmy's side. Sometimes I just like that somebody's sassy. Sometimes I like that somebody's nice. I'm having a really hard time picking a side, but I am enjoying every minute of it. And I love seeing Martha try and stick up for her friend and seeing Kimmy be emotional and want closeness with Martha. And the way that Missy had her boobs out in front of Margot's children, her sons, I would flip out. But love Missy. And I love that about her, that she just is free with her body. But Emma had another scan. So she had a health scare and then she had another scan. And apparently she is doing fine. Like they read the scan wrong or something like that. And I'm very thankful for that. And she went to Africa for a run, which was really cool. And I love when Martha kept calling Kimmy, a psychotic bitch. You're a psychotic bitch. And then Kimmy's like, but that doesn't make me a bad person. I love you, Kimmy, but I think typically it does. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I made a post of Dorit versus Erica, and I'm so team Dorit. But it seems like most people are team Erica. But I think that Erica is just like kind of up Kyle's butt. And she was very emotional. I was really sad seeing her that emotional because I think that she did feel like ignored by Dorit when it came to like her life struggles. However, she expects Dorit to be very open with her about her struggles. However, Erica never tells her. She just has to read it from the tabloids. And Dorit was saying that Bose has been the most supportive in the past year. And Erica was like, I have been supportive, but I truly believe that Erica probably hasn't been as supportive in the past year because it seems that she's very jealous of Dorit rising above this season and last season, because she was like, really, this season and last season, you think you're winning? And I think she just doesn't like that there's a new Dorit and she's being more herself and less of a people pleaser. This could be the end of Dorit and Kyle because Kyle's like, we don't have to be friends. Like, I have friends that care about me. And even though I think Kyle's wrong, I would be really annoyed too to be constantly arguing with my friend. But the way that they throw that C word around, they throw it around like it's candy. I think I've said that word like 3 times in my life when absolutely necessary. And they just say it nonstop. Insane. On to in the comments. My favorite comment of the week. Obviously, all the SCAMANDA stuff is going on. And somebody wrote, I want Paige to host the reunion. How good would that be? It would be so chaotic, so intense. And I feel like she could like hold herself together and make it work. And I think that she should be there, whether she's hosting, co-hosting, or just sitting on the sidelines. I want to see her sitting there and glaring. It's a necessity. How could we not? On to Ask Torre the BROvoholic.
Ask Torre the BROvoholic.
Oh, I'm so happy for you and your segment. You ready for Ask Torre the BROvoholic?
Sure am. I'm a little fatigued from the week.
Hasn't it been insane?
Business is booming for the BRAVOholic, though. Lots of engagement on your social platforms. And that's, did you really want something this scandalous to happen to 2 of your favorite people? No. But the pros of it is that lots of followers coming in, lots of people listening to the podcast. Shout out everyone, all the new listeners out there, which she probably didn't even say thanks to any of you guys at the beginning of this podcast. So I'll do that for her.
Stop. Thank you everyone for now listening, for coming to the show. Thank you very much. But yeah, I was saying in the beginning of the podcast that when you do something like this, you want like some big scandal to happen. And I was sad that I missed out on Scandival, but like, it's so much information and very hard to be a parent at the same time, but that it's very fun at the same time as well.
Yeah. It's, yeah, you got a lot on your plate.
I do. But what are your thoughts right now about Amanda?
Well,
we loved her.
The dust hasn't completely settled yet. You loved her. Do I say I thought she was a normal person. But guess what? Normal people make mistakes. So we have
similar styles. And today when I was at the zoo, I was like, am I gonna like we accidentally buy the same outfits sometimes. Like we have the same jacket, the same jean outfit by accident. But then sometimes I am like, wow, her outfit's so cute, and I'll buy something like it. Like, do I still want to dress like her? I don't know.
So you're copying her.
No, I said we accidentally buy stuff, but then sometimes I'll be like,
you just made the statement, should I still dress like her? You're dressing like yourself.
I know that, but I mean, like, if I see one of her outfits, am I still going to be like really interested in her outfit?
Is this the stuff that girls think about? I mean, what is going on?
So So what do you think about Amanda?
I still need to know timelines. There's just so much being said. I need to know some exact timelines before I can really say she's either a horrible person, she made a mistake. But West is a dog. He is a womanizer, oh baby. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I think you did that a little bit wrong, but it's okay.
He's a womanizer.
I hate him. I think he's
and
evil.
Look, you know, it seems like something that you do in college or like younger in your early. Not like, I'm just saying, like, what they're doing is like, how old is he?
Well, she's 30. She's barely younger than me.
I mean, I know we live in the Midwest. We live in Michigan. We're not in these big cities, but it just seems like, I mean, when's the last time we went, making out in public at a bar?
That's what I said in the beginning of the podcast. I was like, why does she keep getting caught making out? Like, do people make out in public right now? Like, I haven't done, sorry, Torre, I haven't done that since I was at Rick's in East Lansing.
I mean, I'm not looking to make out in public, all right? But no, I just don't get like this little, and again, you know what? I've always ripped on him for his fashion, like in my own thoughts. I don't know if it's just ridiculous. And now I'm seeing everyone say, any man that puts that much effort it's a me guy. He is a clown. Yeah. He is a clown womanizer. And boy, he took advantage of all the Bravo women that once again fall for this emotionally available, nice guy. He says all the right things, I never fell for it.
I just wanted a love story to happen for Sierra because I love Sierra.
Yeah, well, she's going to go marry a billionaire actor and be very happy.
I freaking hope so. As long as he's nice to her.
Exactly.
Or I will drag him as well.
She's going to, if Rihanna's really finding dates for her, she's going to be in some uncharted water. So she better be careful.
I don't even care.
A lot of sharks in that sea, I'll tell you.
I don't need her to find some man right now. How about she just becomes best friends with Rihanna?
I'm sure they're chatting.
That would sound great. I feel like I would take a big, long break from dudes and friends other than Rihanna. I would be like,
but again,
celibate.
We've been harsh. I think people have been harsh, which it sounds like based on all the information, we should be being harsh to Amanda. And West is like, he's done. He's done for.
He's the Raquel.
There's a lot of proof for West in this dating multiple women. So I believe all that. Amanda, I just don't know when this actually happened. So I'm sure we've talked about this way too much, but yeah. Somebody
commented on our video and she was like, you seem a little bit too attached to this. I'm worried about you.
You know what? I'm worried. Those people that comment that have no idea how you make your money and what you need to do. And thank you for the engagement.
It's okay. I'm doing fine.
I'm worried about people who don't understand why you have to post 1 million videos a day, because everyone in the world is freaking searching this stuff. So we're going to take advantage of it. Although you actually do care about it and you're like devastated because you love her. Of course,
I loved her, but we've met her. Okay. I loved her. I really did.
She was very nice to you in person. She knew who you were. She said you guys had a lot to talk. I've said that. Was that the word she said?
She said we have to catch up, or we have to fill you in or something like that.
She said we have to catch. She goes, we have to catch up. That's how she said it to me, which I thought that meant her and Kyle were getting divorced at BravoCon, but maybe she slipped up and maybe told you
I don't know
more going on. But that was in November.
She was like, I see more than just your little head.
Yeah, all these Bravo
she was nice.
Celebs only see Lindsay's floating head on TikTok.
Well, them too.
I know, you guys do too. So, but it's funny to see, like, it's good to see like your whole body. Like,
you guys want to see my bod? Do you think that Loverboy is going to survive?
The business seems to be booming for them right now. Kyle, I mean,
he's taking advantage. He's doing a good job.
Kyle must have been freaking saying his prayers at night. I'll tell you that, because.
But like, this also isn't good. But I do think that this could bring his company back and could bring Amanda back. Isn't that insane?
I do really believe I could see them. Actually, I don't know.
I could see it.
Kyle could be like, no, you're on your own now.
No, he still loves her.
Kyle wants to go and do whatever he wants to do without being in trouble. He's going to go on a rampage. And I'm not saying that's good, but all these college campuses going to.
Ew. Can we like pick not a college campus?
I don't think anyone else will take his concerts, but
Well,
all right, what else you got?
now
for
they
me?
might.
It's Tigers opening day. I'm missing a half an inning right now.
Come on. How did you feel with the Valley premiere?
A little bored.
Really?
I think I also actually fell asleep during your
Southern Hospitality.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like seeing Lacy on there, seeing a new character.
She's very nice.
I was angry.
People are like, what do you know that we don't? Okay, like I'm kind of friends with Lacy.
You guys have been talking for a while.
Yeah. Since before she was even considering going on the show. Because I made a post about she's open about it, otherwise I wouldn't talk about it, but she was kidnapped in her 20s. And so I made a post about it because it was in like an article of some kind. And she commented on it saying, thank you for being so kind about my story. And then we've been talking ever since then.
Yeah. So seeing Janet and seeing, is it Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of ruffle my feathers a little bit.
And by the way, Lacy has never said a bad word about Michelle.
To you personally?
Ever.
No. It's good to have Zach back on the TV. He kind of makes me laugh. I think he's a pretty funny guy. Zach, is that his name?
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah.
What about Tom Schwartz?
Love Tom Schwartz.
What a goof. Do you think him and Michelle would be a match?
Oh, that's right. I'm like blacking out. Yeah, no. I mean, I thought she was going for like, well, I guess she went for the bee honey guy. So, or doesn't he sell honey?
Ew, yeah.
That guy was a weirdo.
What
so
a
maybe
weird
she
guy.
doesn't have good taste. Yeah, I mean,
we like Jesse now, though.
Yeah,
I do at least.
No, I'm happy they're on, better terms.
Yeah.
With their children.
Do you miss Jax?
Yeah, he needs to be back on TV. I don't care how toxic he needs to be on. He is born for television.
Well, he's also frightening. But Kristen's not even friends with him anymore.
How about Lala's baby daddy?
I was going to bring that up too.
A little sperm donor action.
Sick. I don't like the word sperm.
We learned about that in like elementary school health class, but okay. It's like literally like a scientific term.
I don't like it. Like, I don't. And I don't like any of the words that describe that.
You know what I don't like is when I came in here, you weren't even using the microphone. So
I know.
I'm just gonna rat on you and tell you.
Do you know how many things I have to think about?
That the microphone wasn't in front of her mouth, so we're gonna have to do some editing at the beginning of this podcast.
Stop stressing me out. I was wondering what I was stressed about, and you just remind me what I was stressed about. There's just too many things to like think about. I need an assistant.
What else you got for me?
What did you think about the RHORI Premiere?
A couple of those ladies are freaking.
You don't know any of their names.
No, I don't know. I know.
Do you know Ashley I? Did you watch that with me? Or did we meet after that?
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
She looked very familiar.
She's from Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise.
We've been together for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years.
I think 8 years.
And what do you mean? Did it happen recently?
It was possibly 8 years ago. I don't remember.
Better not be watching with anybody else.
I mean, possibly before you, I'm sorry to say.
They all look kind of the same, but one of them is like scarier than scary.
Which one? Joellen?
The one with the weed company.
Oh, that's Liz. I think she's really nice.
She is a scary woman.
But she looks like Dolores.
I know. She's just scary. There's something scary about her.
Oh my gosh. I think she's one of the nicest.
I don't know if it's scary or just like she is a complete character. That's for sure.
For sure. I think she's fun to watch. I think it's going to be really good. Do you think that's going to be one of your housewives' favorites?
One of my
Because you don't love all of the housewives.
I'm going to tune in. I mean, I hope these men bring some fire to it too. There's a lot of husband action in it too.
Yeah, I feel like you really only like Salt
Did
Lake.
this show come out already?
Yeah, it came out on yesterday. But I think that you really only like Salt Lake City and Potomac. I think that you might like this one too.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Never been to Rhode Island. Is Rhode Island even real?
We're going. I'll tell you that.
Who's ever been to Rhode Island? Do we have listeners in Rhode Island? I'll have to check the analytics on that one.
But Joellen didn't know what the 4th of July was. She's like, I'm not really sure why it's big in Rhode Island. How scary is that?
I didn't catch that one.
She was throwing a 4th of July party and she's like, I'm not really sure why we love it so much. I think it has something to do with a rock.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
All right. Well. Okay. Yeah,
I'll tell you, they live under a rock.
She definitely does.
Yeah. And there's swinger stuff, polygamy.
That's just, whoever that girl is just wanting everything paid for. Like, I mean, that is like a sugar daddy, like a legit one where, okay, you live in my hotel size home.
It's humongous.
While I go bang other chicks and have like another
openly
family in this state. And then that state, I have this girl with this situation. Like,
she said that their bedroom was in a different zip code from their living room. And I don't know if that was a joke or if that was serious, because I took it like kind of literally.
You're kind of sounding like you don't know what the 4th of July means then.
How do you know that it couldn't be 2 different zip codes?
I don't even think that's like my house is I hit a home run so far and landed in another zip code. Like,
okay, I figured it was a joke, but I kind of took it literally at the same time.
Look,
that's not as bad as the 4th of July.
I'm not a realtor. There's a realtor out there that knows. Can a house be in both zip codes? Maybe. I don't know.
What is the 4th of July?
Come on.
What is it?
Independence Day, the celebration of the United States of America.
It's like the U.S.'s birthday and independence. The Constitution.
It's just like a day like hot dogs were created on the 4th of July. That's why we celebrate it. Hot dogs and like fireworks were just, this is what I live with every day.
What are you talking about? That's not me that didn't know.
Next question.
Do you think that Craig wants to say something about Scamanda?
No, Craig is minding his own business. But I love that he's not even, the heat's off of everyone on Bravo. Everyone who had heat is completely free and clear of heat.
Raquel is
this weekend.
Raquel's like coming out of like a cave.
Raquel and Sandoval have been out. Craig
Raquel
is out.
hasn't done shit.
Kyle's heat is off. Who else just had a lot of heat that we talked about?
Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
Taylor, oh yeah, Bravo. The Bachelorette girl's gone. That's old news. No one cares because Scamanda.
I'm really sad about it, honestly, but I don't like her anymore. And it makes me question I used to have really shitty friends, and it makes me question if I'm still, picking bad people to be friends with, even though I'm not her friend. She was my favorite, though.
I think you have a solid group of friends. I don't think any of them would hook up with me.
They can try, right?
I guess everyone's got free will to try whatever they want. What else you got?
What do you think Sierra's going to do next?
Be a superstar?
No, but what do you think she's going to do?
Like personally or like professionally?
Is she going to be an actress?
She's going to get a huge brand deal commercial. It's going to be all over soon. I guarantee that's the first step.
I mean, the baddest bitch in town. That's what I want for her.
She'll be maybe some, I don't know, fashion shows. Is there a big fashion week or something in Paris? Maybe she'll be like I don't know.
New York, Milan,
is she famous
Paris.
enough for that?
I think she will be.
I mean, she's going to get the Ariana treatment, although I think Ariana's got a better personality for television.
I don't see that. You said that the other day.
She's the host of a TV show on Netflix.
Not on Netflix. That's on Peacock.
You think Sierra can go and host Love
I think they
Island?
have very equal personality types.
I don't think Sierra is as good in front of the camera. I think she's great.
She hosts red carpets. I think they are literally neck and neck. I really do.
I bet your viewers would agree with me.
We'll take a poll.
I like both of them. I just think Ariana's, well, who knows?
You want to take a poll? We'll take a poll. We'll post this on the TikTok and we'll take a poll.
Who's got more like TV personality?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's all. That's all.
I really hope the microphone worked for you in the first half. How
so
long are you been recording?
30 minutes.
Good luck.
I need an assistant. Okay.
Your face is really close to the.
Go read up on the 4th of July.
Our babysitter leaves in 15 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to try to finish this.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Ask Torre, the Bravoholic.
You almost said Bravoholic because I think you kind of are one now. And people are noticing that you're wild in the comments because you're obsessed with Bravo. You're obsessed.
I'm not obsessed with Bravo.
Yes, you freaking are.
I get amped up with real drama. I don't like this petty housewife BS. When I see this kind of cheating, fighting, this is the stuff I like. Okay,
you like people cheating and fighting. Okay, bye. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening this week. I'm sorry if the beginning is quiet. The microphone was not in front of my face. There's all these little things to keep track of. I'm getting used to the podcast. I'm getting used to all of this content. My brain is everywhere right now with Scamanda. I needed to slow down, even though I'm loving, it's a time to be alive in Bravo. But it's taking over right now. And I need the weekend. I need everybody to behave this weekend so I can relax and enjoy Easter. Have a good weekend, you guys. Happy Easter. Love you. Okay, I think I've said enough. If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, subscribe, follow, all the things. And that's what Lindsay says.